¿Qué ondas, primos?
Primas.
Y primes.
Welcome to my
Primos.
My Primos.
My
Primo.
podcast. Welcome to the My Primos podcast.
My name is Freddie.
My name is Kevin Garcia.
My name is Elia Maria Madrid.
My name is John Avina.
Oh, this is Chikume, whenever I can make it.
My Primos podcast discusses all things fandom and pop culture,
From comic books,
Movies?
To whatever obsession we have this week.
but with a Latine
Latina
Malatine.
perspective. Remember, we're all primos,
We're all primes.
Primas.
Primos.
no matter what part of the world we're from. ¿Qué ondas, primos, primas, and primes, and welcome back to my Primos podcast. I'm your primo Freddie. With me tonight, a full house, and I want to just welcome Mr. Kevin Garcia.com. Say what's up, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin?
There it is. I missed it. You know what? It's growing on me. Like, you know what?
See,
It's
when
doing
it's
this
not there, you feel its absence.
You do. I'm disappointed.
yeah, like me. I wasn't
expect it
here.
every time. Yeah.
I wasn't here, and you missed the
Well,
absence.
people ask
or
me,
the
why don't
absence.
you do it when Freddie's not here? And I'm like, because I can't set myself up. It doesn't work that way. Like, it's George and Gracie. You can't have, Gracie without George.
Ah, we got it. And
by
of
the way,
course, we
did you
have.
get that reference? Because
No, but I'm gonna walk right past it
dang,
because I
knew
don't.
it.
I'm not even gonna pretend.
Yeah.
That is
Not even gonna pretend.
older than everybody here.
What is it?
I really don't
Tell
know.
me. I can Google it later.
George Burns used to have a TV show back in the 50s, and
With George Burns,
he
yeah,
would
the
tell
cigar.
his partner Gracie, say goodnight,
That's
Gracie.
right.
Say
Yeah,
goodnight,
yeah,
Gracie.
Good
yeah.
night,
Yeah.
Gracie. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I get it.
It's not
That's
even.
right, that's
I was
right.
not even thought of.
Your parents,
I think my
parents weren't
parents-
thought of yet. Let's put it that way.
My mom was not.
That's crazy. That means, whew, Kevin, showing your age, man. Elia, we welcome Miss Spice Illustration. Say what's up, Elia.
What's up, Elia?
There she is, everybody. There she is. And Mr. John Avina from the cold north of
Yeah.
the country. I don't know what you call that. There
The
was some
cold
talk
north.
of the cold north,
Yeah.
the windy north, the
Right.
city of
Vortex.
ice. What is it? Hot
Windy
air city?
It's the Windy City.
The hot air city.
I heard
that
it's not-
works,
it's-
though.
I heard it's not windy, really, right, John? It's not.
Yeah, I lost you for a second.
John's like, I'm disassociated.
He's like, I've
I don't
never
even know
heard
what
of
you're
this
talking
place you talk about.
Well,
The
from the
video's
windy
like
hot
frozen.
city.
There we go.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right. Sorry about that. I thought I stunned him
good.
so much with messing up his city. So, But John Avina, everybody. Say what's up, John.
What's up, John?
There it is. What's up, John? So, John, I was saying the Windy City because it's called the Windy City, not because it's weather, but because of all the politics and like the hot air. Isn't that kind of why it's called? That's what it said. Apparently, that's why it's called the
That's-
Windy
that's
City,
why
not
it's-
literally.
It's that, the city of big shoulders, because you just bump into people constantly. It's a daily
I never heard that
struggle.
one. The City of Big Shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Oh, interesting. We have a special guest tonight, somebody that's been coming on the show since like the first season. I mean, second
man,
season.
yeah,
He's been on every
it's
season.
first, man,
I think
yeah.
you're tied with Hector Garza. Is it Hector Garza? That's tied. I think tied for the most
gotta say.
episodes.
Good
think
some
he is
stats,
from-
man. Yeah.
Hey, man, award-winning.
Yeah. I need a
Hector
belt,
Garza.
right? Or he's
That's true.
I'm going for the
We
belt.
Of Hector Rodrigues III. Say what's up, Hector.
Hey, what's up? Hola.
Hey, man.
saludos.
Saludos, and primos. Your primo Freddy is back. I've been out for a little bit, but I want to just kind of voice some concerns here. I did get some couple emails saying that, hey, the show's been great ever since you got rid of Freddy. He goes, I really like that Avina guy, so I got to give him a hard time.
So are these
And-
emails coming to you from @aviniacomics.com?
Right, just him
It's
directing
like
his.
person. She's trying to guarantee me for next season.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder. They want the renewal from the next year.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? People have been really digging it, man. I got a lot of great, compliments from the show. You guys taking over while I'm away, so I appreciate that. But Primos, I'm back. They can't get too comfortable because they kind of let a little loose whenever I'm not around. But remember, Primos, you guys can follow us at My Primos Podcast and check out myprimospodcast.com. We also have our Patreon. Go check out the exclusive content on there, like Weekend
Awesome,
Wednesdays that
congrats
Elia
on
is in
that,
charge
congrats. Look at
of,
that.
which has been a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Go check
We
that
have
out.
merch.
We got merch at remember patreon.com/myprimos. We have our cooking show from there, and then Kevin Garcia, of course, chips in with his comic reviews. And I got my
Okay.
gaming stuff on there as well. So, Hector, you're a gamer as well, man. So you check it out. You can go ahead and
Dude,
support.
man, you know it, man. You and I, Ferdy, right, man? We got some history.
Way back to the day working at a GameStop together,
right,
So
managing.
managing GameStop.
Wait, is this
It's
true?
been a wild ride.
100%.
Oh, I didn't realize
100%.
that. I feel like
Yeah,
I heard that
retail-
before. I didn't register it before. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was at GameStop for close to 5 years. 5 years. 5 managers conference doing the inventories, right?
That's
Ferdy,
about how
those
long I was at
inventories,
a Hollywood
launches.
Video
Yeah, man.
Hollywood
Hollywood
Video.
Video.
back in the
Wow.
day. I know I'm old. Showing my age again. Showing my
Hollywood
age
Video.
again.
Hollywood Video. But it's becoming a deal, man. Now getting your hands on physical media is becoming like the thing now.
I
Like,
that's
never.
it's
right.
no longer.
I don't trust those
Retro,
streaming
yeah.
services, man. I
I
don't
don't.
trust them.
I like owning my stuff,
I
touching
like being
it.
able to find it when I need it. I want to find a really weird obscure movie. Oh, I have that weird obscure movie. Here we go. I don't
Yeah.
like trusting. Like, it's not even weird and obscure movies. They'll be like, I just want to see the Hobbit, and be like, we don't have it. Nobody carries it.
Yeah,
So.
and everyone changes it every like 2 months. It's like, oh, it's over here now. It's like, I'm tired.
What it is with me right now is music, because the streaming services have changed up music on you without you realizing it. Those old heads like me that know how a song goes from like soup to nuts when you hear the song, and it kind of feels off. Like, this sounds a little different. No, this is supposed to ring a little longer here. Like from the original like record or the original CD or whatever. You kind of listen to the song and you're like, wait, it just sounds so different now.
Yeah.
You start finding out that they are
Right.
recording versions, or they have like recorded versions just for Spotify or just for Apple Music,
Wait,
and they're
yeah.
not
are
the
you listening
original
to
track.
Taylor's version? Because you should be
I
listening
just
to
wanted
Taylor's
Oh
to-
version.
yeah. I was hinting at it, but I didn't want to just come out and say it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little
Taylor's
different.
version. I've had my students get after me several times because they hear my playlist and the Taylor Swift song will be on it, and they'll be like, "Is this the Taylor version? Because it better be." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry." I'll
Whoa.
fix
Oh my god.
Well, that's
I don't
heavy.
even know that that's a
Okay,
thing.
so what happened is that she got into an issue with her former producer, who basically was withholding all kinds of like royalties and stuff from her. So she says, "Fine, I'm just going to re-record all my old songs. So whenever they play those versions, I'll be getting my own royalties." Because he was trying to like hold it above her head for something. So she's like, "Fine, I'll just record them again." So whenever you see Taylor's version at the end of it, it's because she's making her own money now.
They
Okay. Good for
re-recorded it.
her. That's wild. The music industry.
Yeah, it
Man.
is a beast.
Oh my god.
It's a mess, but it's about physical media, physical content, things we can touch, right? And things like we talk about, like comic books,
Gaming, yeah.
things, gaming too. I'm all about having the
God.
physical game, because you learn eventually, like, they can revoke your license now. So if you download a game at any time, they can just pull the license from you, and you burn money. It's gone.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
what, tomorrow's the Nintendo's
Yeah,
Direct
I've
for
been,
the
I've been
Switch
thinking
2.
about it all day. I'm like, okay, it's coming.
Yeah, so I'm there, Kevin, dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into a Nintendo thing, but I could go off on Nintendo because I am a Nintendo fanboy from back in the day,
Yeah.
yeah.
from the days
Same.
of the Donkey Kong arcade.
hold on, I remember. This is the guy that loves Zelda 2. Everybody else here
Yes.
plays Zelda 2?
Zelda 2 is the best of the 2D Zelda games.
It's not. Dude, blasphemy. Link to the Past is the best 2D Zelda.
Link to the Past is
It's
Okay,
great,
look,
guys.
I'm gonna throw out Minish Cap. No one talks
You know
about
what?
Minish
She's
Cap.
right. I can't argue that.
It's a good one.
I'm
It's a
going to go
good
Link to the
one.
Past, Minish Cap, then Zelda
Oh.
2.
I will.
Are we doing
I
a
can
list
accept
right
that.
now?
Are we doing it too?
I'm sorry, Ocarina of
Oh,
Time.
okay.
is great, man.
Don't talk shit about the one with the train because everyone talks shit about it, and I think
Spirit
it's
Tracks?
actually really
I still
good.
played
Yeah,
it.
I know.
That's like one of the few Zelda games I haven't
So
played.
bad.
That
It
and
was so
Tingle's Story
relaxing.
Time or whatever.
You're gonna go back
Oh my
and
God,
play the other
Tingle.
Zelda games. Like, this would be a lot better if it was on a train.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like I know it has nothing to do with the plot, but it was
Oh my
rather
God.
enjoyable to play. Leave it alone.
It's like, I don't know, man. Spirit Tracks sucked, and Wind Waker sucked, and
what?
Wind
Oh,
Waker.
you shut your mouth
Hey,
about
I
Wind
even like
Waker.
Skyward
Shots
Sword. I know
fired.
that one got a lot of hate.
Come at
Skyward
me.
Sword got a lot of hate. I like
Come at
Skyward
me.
Sword.
At My Primos Podcast.
You've been
at My
breathing
Primos
that
Podcast.
Fort Worth air too long.
Hey,
long.
I'm telling you, hey, look, Ocarina of Time is not the best Zelda. It's not. Sorry, it's not.
What about
It's
Majora?
not.
What do you say about
It's
Majora's
one of
Mask?
them.
Mask is way up there, though.
Majora's Mask is way up there. Majora's
Yeah,
Mask
yeah,
is
Okay,
up
of
there.
course.
okay, good.
I
Okay,
love Majora's Mask.
and we're back. And
Love
we're back.
Majora's Mask. We're okay. I'm okay. Majora's
Understand.
Mask is the best.
Yeah, that's
Somewhere down there at the bottom is like, it's like Spirit Tracks, Minish Cap, and then it's like Zelda 2 at the bottom.
Hey, but we're
Like,
getting the movie, what, in 2 years?
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
we talked about Michael Cera being Zelda, Link, right?
Yeah, of
So-
course. Did you guys hear how they announced the date of the release? The release date?
No.
No, how?
So
How was that? I
Nintendo
forgot.
said a couple days ago, they're like, "Hey, you have an app now that you can download. That's the Nintendo Calendar, and it'll let you know whenever there's an event coming." And people who downloaded it start flipping through it, and they're like, "Wait a minute." They already had the release date of Zelda movie on there. It's like,
Wow.
what is that to announce?
Really?
I mean,
Look,
Mark
as long as
Wahlberg
Danny
and
Trejo's
Link was a
playing
weird
Tingle.
choice.
Mark Wahlberg as
No,
Zelda.
I think yeah, Mark Wahlberg is Zelda. Yeah, we got Danny Trejo as Tingle.
Actually, oh man, I would pay to anything to have Danny Trejo play Tingle. That would be great.
Yeah,
we have
right?
it. We
I was
have
supposed
this.
to
We have.
draw him. Yeah, we mentioned it before. Michael
Hold on.
Cera is Link.
Oh, I don't.
Michael
Was I
Cera's
missed this
Link.
conversation? Did you guys have a Zelda conversation when I wasn't there?
No, you were here.
What?
Were you not here? Yeah, we fan casted it.
Who was it? Now I can't remember who it was. Sorry, if you were on the show that day, I am sorry. But it was like we cast Ganondorf. It was Seth Rogen. No, Seth Rogen was Ganondorf.
Was it Seth Rogen?
Yeah, Seth Rogen was Ganondorf.
I put The
It was
Rock.
Michael Cera as Link.
Yeah.
Zendaya as Zelda.
But Zelda's isn't Zelda the kid with the green suit and the sword?
No, come on, man, don't play.
Dude,
Don't do that.
Come on, man.
Don't do that.
Don't do
That's
Ah.
Mario.
Mario.
That's Mario.
Mario. It's the Mario
You
twins.
know, I always said it the way my dad said his name, Mario. So like I was like Mario Brothers. You know, it's like it was weird.
He lets you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a primo. He's a primo.
He's a primo.
The primo. It's Mario. The Mario twins.
Mario.
No, but yeah, like, no, yeah. Well, how do we get to Zelda? I don't know. But Hector, we are here today to chat. Video games,
Yeah.
Hector, GameStop, Zelda.
Yeah,
okay,
there
here
we
we go.
go.
We're back. We're back. We found it. We found it. All right.
That's our spirit
all right,
track.
all right.
It's very true.
That's our spirit track. Oh.
Now we're back on
Good night,
Spirit
good night,
Track.
Gracie. Good night, Gracie. There we go. But Hector, you have your hands in a lot of different, I don't know, fingers in a lot of pies. And how's that go,
Yeah, I was
Kevin?
getting, I was
You know,
getting
you know,
scared
old
for a
things.
second there. I was like, where are you going with that? Where are you going?
Irons
Hey, I
and
said fingers.
Got your
fire.
fingers in a lot
Tires
of
and,
irons. Yeah, okay.
A lot of fingers
Yes.
and pies, irons and hots, filling some holes. But yeah, Hector,
Man,
you're here
it's
to
a
also
passion, man. Yeah.
It's a
It's a
passion to fill those holes,
Yeah,
right, Kevin
all of
Garcia?
it. Don't
It's
know what you're talking about.
after hours.
I need to go.
Ooh. Hey man, it's that time. It's that time. This is not a kid show. Every time YouTube asks me, is this a kid show? I say no.
Right.
I say no. Okay.
I don't know
say
you
no.
guys, but I don't cuss.
Yeah, Kevin's the good one.
I'll swear enough for
For
both
now.
of us.
There you go. John Avina, thank you.
Gosh darn
I
it.
knew you're here, man. But Hector, you're here to talk about your current Kickstarter that's going right now live, because we know that
Right.
you are a creator of El Peso Hero. Tell us about the campaign. Tell us how
Yeah.
we can support you. Tell us what's going on with El Peso
Well,
Hero this
we're
time around.
we're celebrating 14 years of El Peso Hero. Will be the 15th anniversary next year of El Peso Hero. So
Are you gonna have a
that's what-
quinceañera?
I know, I was
the
thinking the same thing.
quinceañera.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude, hey,
Yeah,
I
right
know a
here.
videographer.
Wait,
Yeah.
I know a
Put
videographer.
like a one shot. El Peso Quinceañero.
Yeah, it can
Oh, we're
Peso
brainstorm.
quinceañero.
Yeah, make it
There
an
we go.
anthology. We'll all
Thinking about
contribute.
it. Ooh, and all the villains come back, and La Doña come back because they're all
La
like
Doña.
all mad because they have to be invited to the party because they have to, even though you don't get along. And they're all mad. He's bringing them. They're trying to fight over
Hold
the
it.
centerpieces.
All right,
And
hold
the-
on.
the
Let me
DJ
Make it
does
happen.
all
There you
this
go.
shit. Well, don't write it
Yeah.
in there,
There you
please.
go. Write it down. Write
It's
it
just
down.
like it's a little gag fun comic.
Yeah, it's a little
Did-
fun
did
one,
you see
man.
when he was writing it in?
The Death Note.
Creative planner.
It's the Death Note.
Oh, okay, I thought it was. I thought it was a Death Note. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
I was like, oh shit, it's the Death Note.
That's what I thought it
Okay,
was for a
Hector,
second. I was
man.
like, what?
Things got real, right?
Yeah.
Shit just
But,
got.
just real quick,
Things got
Hector,
real.
Remind people again. I always describe El Peso Hero as being like, what if the 1938 Superman was Mexican and lived in Texas? Can you?
Yeah, that's a great analogy. You know, also like Doc Savage.
Yeah. Classic pulp hero.
and classic pulp hero, Mexican Luke Cage as well, and so it's a norteño borderland hero, fighting against cartels, helping refugees, dealing with the social aspects of the border culture between Texas and Mexico. And it's been going on quite a long time. Also, we did a issue you with Ukrainian crisis when it started. Got a lot of heat from that. My site was knocked down.
It wasn't? What?
It,
Backtrack?
it was, but Russian, yeah, the real
You got hacked by
real Marvel
Russians?
comics. Yes.
God.
I had a because it was a free comic, and it went viral. And it was we took El Peso here away from the border and into somewhere completely different. My deal was if their heroes are able to go around the world and be super humanitarians, Superman, even you have Batman, you have other characters as well, why not our own? And so I had El Peso hero doing humanitarian works in Ukraine, helping civilians, and I was raising, it was a free issue. I was raising funds for UNICEF. NBC did a story on it. I think it was in Telemundo, I think, too. And so it went viral. And then all of a sudden, my site was knocked down. I went, got some help, and they're like, hey, your site was DOS attacked.
DNS. Or
Yeah.
That's
whatever.
scary.
And I'm like,
Nice,
yikes.
man. Badge of honor. I mean,
Yeah.
you're doing something right.
hey, at
Fuck
least
it.
somebody's standing up to Putin.
Hey,
Right.
somebody. Right?
Or and I was, and I got a lot of heat even, and it was the first thing. The alt-right is always, has been on to me ever since 2015.
It just means you're doing something right.
In this case, I was confused because they were backing Russia. They were very open about it, and I was like, y'all, I don't understand. Is it Ronald Reagan your guy? Like
Yeah.
Up to a point,
and I was
apparently.
like, yeah. So y'all are for Russia or the authoritarian. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Anyways, it's always been going on, and and so the last book was El Peso y Sicario War, which was the first book on a new story arc. And when I write with a very 90s energy. Growing up in the 90s, and so reading a lot of just growing up with Image and the flashy and so I like action, and so we start with a lot of action, and so El Peso Hero Border War is no exception to that. It starts with a bang, just where El Peso Hero Sicario Wars ended off, and I'm actually really, really excited for the last page of this
What happens on that
upcoming
page?
book. Which I can tell you.
Almost had it.
It has never been done. I've never done this, and I've never done this. It took a lot of self-reflection to do this,
He puts on a mask and costume with a cape.
but it carries over to the 15th anniversary of Peso Hero.
Oh, okay.
It's
Dang.
quinceañero.
It's quinceañero. El quinceañero. Well, Hector, the campaign is live right now. And so how can
Yes.
people search for the campaign for this particular arc and this story?
Yeah, I mean, you can just go to Kickstarter, type in the Peso Hero, see our, you can, it'll be right there on top. You can also go through our social handles at Peso Hero, at El Peso Hero. Just Google Peso Hero. You see a lot of the latest news, articles, as well as the Kickstarter will be on top.
Hey,
Nice.
there's something I've always wanted to ask you about El Peso Hero. I always thought it was kind of cool, but when I describe to people, they're like, wait, what? He always talks in Spanish, and everybody talks to him in English.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
everybody understands what he's saying. He understands what they're saying, but it's always that. And I'm just curious, how did that come about? Why did that come about?
Well, that evolution happened. It was well, I'll say the birth of El Peso Hero happened in 2003 when I actually started writing it, and I really, got the idea. It was brought to me, and it was just a big avalanche of a big point where I needed to express myself, and everything came to a head. So, but it wasn't until 2011 that I actually started to make that into reality as a webcomic. And so I was very heavy into the webcomic scene with El Peso Hero. And before that, yeah, I've done comics, I've done storyboards for independent movies, and and I met Javier. I've done this back when I was in college through MySpace.
Name dropping.
He was giving me to
R.I.P.
dropping.
MySpace.
Yeah, I mean, no, and he, and I followed.
No, Javier is a great guy. He's
yeah,
a friend
yeah,
of the
and I
show.
would say that he helped me a lot to grow. And it was almost like it was my Nick Fury. It's like you think you're the only one, but there's a whole world. Of Latino creators, right? And so it got Richard Dominguez, Hector Cantu, right? And so Rafael, creator of Sonambulo, so it just broadened my horizons, and I'm like, wow. And yeah, he took me in, and then it was, Plus Here was a webcomic, and I really wanted to have a authentic portrayal of the border, so much so that even the cartels had their actual names from the real world, but I was advised not to do so.
It's always a worry.
It's one thing to go after Putin. It's a whole other thing to
mess around with them. Yeah.
What's wrong with the
but
cartels?
that goes to the main question though. How did the language part come about? Where he always speaks Spanish, everybody else always speaks English.
Yeah, and so I was having it where it was maybe 70% Spanish, and the other, I had subtitles like under. Noticing my analytics and my fan base that was mostly English speaking, and my feedback for my webcomic, I was like, you know what? I think they prefer English, just because it's this looking up, it's that extra step, of trying to. So I made everybody in English, even my Mexican characters. But for the exception of Peso Hero, he needed to be in Spanish just because of that cultural representation, that language representation, and Spanish being bilingual, growing up in the border, Spanish being my 50%. I was like,
it feels very
duality.
authentic to grow up in the border. That's exactly what I see every day. But I was describing it to somebody, and they were like, it gave the impression of he understands English, but doesn't want to use it, but he expects everyone else to understand Spanish, which I'm like, I can respect that.
Yeah. And funny thing, I was at a workshop with Mark Wade, and then I had the question, about El Peso Hero language, right? And he's like, oh, Hector, what you can do, just use the gutters, just put the subtitles, his translation, the gutters. And I'm like, no, it feels too busy. And I decided, no, you know what? I mean, he speaks pretty plainly. I don't go over complicated.
He speaks from the hip.
Right. And so you're able to, there's a lot of cognates, and you're able to.
I mean, I don't feel there's anything wrong with it. Your character speaks Spanish. That's it. Like, period. Point blank. There shouldn't be you shouldn't give up any cachet. I mean, I get it. You want to attract the most people.
It's just that it's interesting because it makes it distinctive. And I'm just kind of curious,
Yeah. And for that point, like Mark was saying, hey, well, then Peso Hero will never make it mainstream or direct to market, because you have majority English speaking. I'm like, well, then it's the way it is. I don't care.
It's funny, when I first read through it, I didn't catch it because I'm bilingual, so I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm just continuing reading. What the thing that made me go back and look was the font difference. That I was like, why is the font different? Oh, because like in my brain, I'm just like reading the same thing.
Right.
Reading the same voice, yeah.
It's like,
I feel like
John, when you write your stuff in bilingual too, right? I've seen a lot of your books have the Spanish in there. How does that work on your end?
I'm bilingual, so I'll just switch thoughts when I'm like talking to somebody, or it goes. So I just write the same way. So if somebody's using like a slang term, or just if they're talking to someone that only speaks in Spanish, I'm not going to translate it because they're speaking Spanish. Like, that's just it. And you just keep going from there. I've never gotten a complaint. Someone asked me about it once, and I just told them, like, that's just the way it is. Like, that's my life, man.
Yeah. I just thought of something. There's a middle ground. You could do what Netflix does, and just put speaking foreign language every time he talks.
Oh my god, I have a shirt that says that.
Oh my god, it pisses me off so much. Like, I was watching Maya and the Three, a show that's all about teaching kids language.
Yeah.
And whenever a Spanish word pops up, it says speaking foreign language. I was like, are you serious?
Oh.
Are you serious?
hilarious.
It makes me so mad.
That is
but
hilarious.
telling you that El Peso Hero has to speak English to get to the masses, I feel like that'd be somebody telling the Judge Dredd creators, well, you have to have him take off his mask, otherwise people aren't going to watch it or read it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 14 years. A lot of ups and downs, but it's all about, like John, you were saying the last podcast, it's about being consistent.
Mhm.
You're right. I mean, folks ask you how you do it. Well, like you said, you have a schedule, right? You said you wake up in the 4 in the morning,
Yeah.
right?
Goes to
Right,
sleep
and-
at
and
3:59 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah. Well, right now
It's
it's
just-
like crunch time for stuff, so it's like going to bed at like 11, waking up at 4, and then just if you make the time to do the stuff you want to do. So
yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And it's especially if you have that drive, that passion, and so for, I wake up, at 5, I go to the gym, listen to you all, get back, go to work, my day job, but I'm always thinking, writing, jotting down, I'm always on the go, and so whatever, I don't have any downtime just because I'm always, catching up on emails or, Chispa, writing ideas or, Kevin from Mass Republic, it's like,
I mean, speaking of Chispa and Mass Republic, I feel we're gonna dive into a deeper conversation here shortly after the break. But Primos, remember, go check out the Kickstarter for El Peso Hero. Like I said, Kickstarter, go search El Peso Hero, and of course, add El Peso Hero. Kevin, before
El
we
Peso
go to
Hero
break.
Border War. It is, as I'm looking at it right now, it is over $1,000 of the $4,000 goal. So it's barely started off doing good.
You have to go push.
Oh, thank you,
Hey,
brother.
there you go.
How long
Hey,
does
John
it
Anita
run
backs it.
till?
Till Cinco de
Yeah.
Mayo.
Till Cinco de Mayo.
Good
Look
timing.
at
Good
that.
timing.
That's cool.
Perfect.
Good timing. Party. But go support Primos right now as this episode launching would be about the midway point. So we always want to try to, push forward. That's when things kind of slow down a little bit in these lows. Almost everybody here has had a Kickstarter. They understand that that's when it starts dragging and you
That
start
middle
downing like
plateau, man.
And you're just like,
Where's
staring
my
at it. Is it gonna
people?
go? Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go?
you're like, where are my people? Where are the family? Where are the Primos
Yeah.
at? So let's show Hector
Let's
that
go.
Primos are
Let's-
here.
Let's
it
not
happen,
make it
Primos.
plateau. Let's not give
Let's
it a
not
plateau.
plateau. Let's just take it off.
Mountain,
Take it off.
mountain.
There you go, mountain. And Primos, let's take a short break. See you soon.
Emociones trágicas que vuelven el corazón, que hacen que todo sea más que una canciones melodiosas que creas al actuar, encadenando mi corazón con tu dulce letra al hablar, con tu dulce letra al hablar.
And we're back. And Hector, you mentioned Chispa a second ago, and that's something that's been on all of our minds. I know everybody's favorite Chispa book is the 13 Coneja, which
I can't wait.
actually, now that I mention it, hasn't come out yet. No, seriously though, Chispa is a great venture that had Latina creators promoting Latina creations. And it got off a good start, but then there's been some quiet for a bit. People have been asking us what's
Yeah.
happening with Chispa. Hector, what's
Yeah,
happening with Chispa?
And so right now, Chispa Comics has a new partner. We're working with AMP Comics.
You were with Scout, now you're with AMP
We were
Comics.
Scout, and so right now the way the industry is working, right? Diamond has gone
That's
through
a whole thing.
It's going through their own thing,
Mhm.
right? And so bankruptcy, and I think they're almost bought out, but
Yeah,
Image is
but-
fighting it or
Yeah,
something.
the Diamond is feeling rough.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. And so they've been having their own delays.
Oh,
And
Kevin.
so it's funny thing, those delays have always been there even through with us,
Yeah.
delaying some of our books. And so right now the biggest partner is Lunar. But Lunar has closed its doors to new publishers.
Mm.
So they're
Okay.
working. So right now we have partners with Amp Comics working through our friends at Massive Publishing through their
Sorry,
Massive Indies
but like it's the
line.
name of it is
Yes.
Massive Publishing.
Massive Publishing Comics. Yeah, Massive Comics. Yeah, right. And so they're the ones that put out Mass Republic books. And so Massive is currently working with different publishers to bring in some of their books through their Massive Indies line. And so it's these partnerships in order for us to make sure that we have a opportunity to be in the comic book stores, direct to market. And so we see this relationship going on maybe half a year, depending with Massive. I mean, we'll see. But with Amp, we're definitely in it for the long haul. We've cut our ties with Scout due to disagreements in scheduling, right? And so this is also we've had disagreements and
I mean,
and
disagreements
the
in
way
scheduling
the
is what
books
they
have
said
been coming.
about Sentry and the Thunderbolts movie, and we know it's all because of what Robert Kirkman did. So I mean, this is code for like there's stuff going on.
Something happened. Yeah.
And not to say, it was we met some great folks at
Yeah.
Scout Comics, and and there's always room for everyone too, and so there were some points of different perspectives on our scheduling the books. We wanted to make sure that we're consistent in our delivering our content. There was an issue with our books being bundled up. If you noticed last year, it was during Texas Latino Comic Con, we launched like 6 books, and there was just, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that these books have room to breathe.
You want to be competing with
at
yourself.
most,
Yeah.
right? At least 2 a month. And so, and so right now, we've, and there's been a lot of backroom. There was a lot of backroom negotiations too, hindering some of our launches for the fall of 2024. And we've made an announcement through Bleeding Cool and other venues that our new partner was Amp. And so with Amp Comics, we have Don Hatfield, we have David Barnes. He comes from Scout, and Joshua Stearns, Scout too. And so we have a lot of alumni from other places too.
So
for someone like this, for
Yeah.
example, I question because someone that may not be as familiar, right? We do have listeners that are familiar kind of with this verbiage, the jargon, if you will. But someone that's not, someone that would just go, hey, what happened to these books? What happened to Chispa? Like, where is the next chapter of the 13? Where is, what happened? Like, for someone to
Yeah.
understand that business, obviously it's complicated. We understand distribution, we understand that. But the consumer coming in going, hey, like, I was enjoying these books.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that in order for us to be in a direct market, our books need to be submitted to solicitations for diamond previews about 5 months before.
5 months?
I thought it was 3. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh no, 5. That's right. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so like right now for the Rosario, it's 3. No, I think it's 3.
Well,
sorry.
no, it's because I wrote some I wrote some solicitations for Marvel back in the day.
Yeah,
and it was 3 to 5 months.
Because right, and so and like for right now, our book, the Rosario Origins, which the movie comes out May 2nd,
The
which
movie.
we're going to see a lot more. The
The
movie,
movie.
right? Mucho más. It's basically
Still working
Evil
with
Dead.
still working with Chispa, of course.
Oh yeah, well, Mucho más is our parent company.
Yeah, they work. Yeah, that's hand in hand.
Yeah. Mucho más is on top, and we're under. We're a division.
We're holding them up, is what it is.
You're holding them up. You're the one getting Mucho Mas out there, making it happen. But I guess to kind of move things where the answer of my, like, al granito, como dicen, like, why is scheduling such a problem, or the hurdle to get through to get these books out with the support that you have through AMP now? How's that gonna get you where you need to go?
Well, it's basically cutting the middleman too, because the problem has never been Chispa Comics, even though a lot of folks in the social media thought we were Scout, even though, yeah, and I got some hate mail too. And so I ignored that, just because they, Scout were getting some horrible publicity and, controversial stuff.
Yeah, I heard some artists
that
that were not part of Chispa that were complaining about working with it.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, they have every right to do so. But at the same time, they were throwing us under the bus. And so, uh, and is the direct market works a little bit different than independent, just because there's so many gears in the machine, there's so many cogs in the machine. And so, especially when it comes to releasing a title, how many things it has to go through. But with AMP Comics, all they're doing is providing a venue for the direct market for Lunar. And so we're
So
working through that.
Lunar needed because they don't take new
Yeah.
companies, for example. Like, John couldn't walk in there and go, "Hey, I have 50 fucking
No.
books. Let's make it happen."
Sorry. No.
But you will get.
He can I go up there. I mean,
Yeah, you get offers. Like I've gotten 2 offers to be bought out, so that way they can like run Avena Comics through a distribution company. So this happened with Blood Moon, where they bought Star Rock off me, and the moment Diamond closed, they shut down. So I was without the pay from Blood Moon printing my book, the work that I put into for the artists. They made me pay for variant artists, and then all of that went away with Diamond. So it's actually like now it's a legal thing. So now we're working with like a lawyer to get all that funds back.
yeah, you hold the bag at the end.
All of it. And now I have 2 other companies that have approached to make Avena Comics sort of like a subsidiary. So my books would be released by either company A or B in the direct to shops. So they have their distribution company that they're working with. I would put out my book. They would take it, they would market it, they would push it out, and then it would go to comic shops. But what I'm doing now is just going directly to comic shops. So I made flyers, we sent them out. We have like 10 different comic shops already in like California that we're working with. So I've just kind of bypassed that and went straight to my own market, and it's working, but it's a lot of work for a single person. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, makes sense. I asked that question because you think you know, right? And even those listening may not know, and it'd be great to just kind of give them a little piece to understand why these partnerships are needed. It's not just falling on Chispa. Hey, what's Chispa doing? Like, why the fuck is Chispa dropping the bag here? Like, what's going on, man? Like, you promised this, and here we are 6 months later, and what's happened?
Hey, everybody got paid. Let me tell you this, 100%. Write me down. Everyone got. Yeah, so
it's an important piece.
Yeah, and so that's that for Chispa Comics. Chispa Comics. That's us.
Chispa pays. Okay.
Chispa pays.
We'll hold you to that, man. Whenever the Huracanes book ever happens, your boy right here's been waiting for that.
I know, man. I know,
but when can we expect Coneja? When can we expect that? I mean, I'm
how
interested.
Many of 13 Origins still are to come?
Okay, so we have Blue Deer, we got Molt, Blue Deer. I think last time I counted 5. And so we're almost there. I know. And so for us, our scheduling begins, knock on wood, because it's the industry. We have the Rosario Origins, July. So that's enough, even though originally it was going to be in April, but we made it come. We had a meeting where we're going to make sure that we have enough content backing from the movie marketing. The trailer's already out, and so a lot of that stuff would already be in place when the book comes out for the direct market. And so Rosario Origins, then you have Black Demon, Mechanica. We're going back to Black Demon. In August, Black Demon, the following book, Luminescence, Veronique Medrano writing that one. And then by September, we're going back to Katrina's Caravan, The Last Latinx, great story, and also with the Black Demon Gods. So it's
Gotcha.
and then
So the
we're
the
going.
scheduling is set up. We're not just
Oh
waiting to see. Like we
no, see, the scheduling has been set up. I set up the scheduling's already set up for until next spring of 2026. The scheduling's never been a problem. It's the actual distribution that's been an issue. And it's like right now we just have a backlog of great comic books from great artists and creators. And
So it's not fair to say that this falls on Chispa. It's not fair to say Chispa is just dragging their feet.
I'll give you this 100%. No, not, there's been, I mean, obviously on our part, just maybe we could do better communicating too. But our creators, yeah, they've all gotten paid. And right
Yeah,
now
man.
we
I mean,
just,
with all due respect, yes, people got to get paid. Like
yeah.
if you don't email me but you fucking pay me, I'll be fine. Like I'll be
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
even,
yeah. So I
and that was
understand.
the,
Yeah.
what was that? An issue with our old friends.
You know what?
it-
Like it's the business, right? I mean, but at the same time, at least you acknowledge it that the books are gonna go out. Like you acknowledge the book is going out.
yes,
What
they
about
have to.
what about
They
digital
will.
distribution? Any
Right. And so, we have different venues, right? You have the direct market, direct to consumer, you have digital, you have crowdfunding, right? And so we're exploring all venues currently. So
wait, crowdfunding as a distribution tool?
that's crowdfunding as a tool for Shispa, yes. And that's an important venue too, and that you cannot ignore that. And I mean, even the big three crowdfund their books. I mean, what DC you have right now, the DC Superman and Batman with como se Jorge. Oh, it's that awesome artist. Sorry, I follow him because he's a fan.
Jimenez.
It's the Jimenez, Jorge Jimenez.
Yeah.
You have his book crowdfunding on a Kickstarter doing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's it's a great way to connect with an audience. That's why El Peso Hero, I've been crowdfunding him. It's just fan base. That's the way it's worked for me. I do the independent shows. I'm not gonna have him. One time I talked to Image. I didn't like the deal, which I'm glad I did not. And yeah, it's you get more out of being independent with your IP, your personal IP. I feel that's my.
I mean, that's a
Right.
conversation that John and Kevin had with TS, right? The last episode, like being independent, getting your name known, like get yourself out there, work your books, right, John? I mean, that's kind of what you're echoing, right?
It's like we got so something I've started doing more is like asking for pull quotes from other writers that I've gotten to become friends with. And now those books are trending higher in my sales already. So it helps. So like I got Kyle Higgins, Brian Azarel's hopefully gonna do one, what we're seeing, but it's like getting people like that to put their names on my book will validate like, oh, he's a good writer. So if it's between me and like four other guys in an artist alley, that's going to be the thing that separates and will get me the money over the next guy. So it's doing that, and then even help with my flyers. All those pull quotes are on the front of it. So when they went to the shops, that's why source callers started calling me back.
Man, John, you're aggressive, bro.
I could never imagine this guy's business acumen, man. It's just intense.
That's good, but I mean, you have to have a person of different arts in order. I mean, independent comic book, it just involves so much. Indie comics involve so many spheres of industry.
I mean, like for example, like even with the show, with our content Elia, with what you do, you have so many. I don't want to say it wrong. What is it, Kevin? Like pokers and fires and pies.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fingers
You have
and
so many
holes?
pokers and people.
Like so many pokers and people.
I do
right?
love putting my poker in people. What?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I mean, talk on that,
well,
Ellie. I mean, because you have
no.
to diversify your time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like I don't know peace, but I'm also very much like it. As long as I'm getting to like create or just put my work out there, like the work is just another thing to do to put it out there and share it with the world.
Well, speaking of poking people with things, you mentioned Mass Republic earlier, And I know Master Public has some children's books coming out soon by
So we
writers
have
that are
Dragon
acclaimed by
Lee.
themselves. Yeah,
Who
no,
wrote that
Dragon
one?
Lee.
I heard some like crazy guy attacked you at a con and had you like give him a book deal.
Well, yeah. So I wrote a Dragon Lee children's novel. There we go.
There it is.
Do we have a time scale yet of when people might be able to order or keep an eye out for those?
Spot, Hector.
Yeah. I don't know if I get in trouble from
tomorrow.
Get in trouble. It's okay. Dude, like nobody listens to this show but like 6 people.
That's true.
It's okay.
They're dedicated to people.
No.
Like 5 of us are here right now.
No, let's do it. April 25th. I'm reading the press release.
This is for release, or this is for ordering?
For I believe for ordering. The Future House Publishing and have set for the launch.
All right, so launching it.
All right. It's a launch.
Something to look forward to. I like it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
April 8th. You heard it here. Hey, we got it. April's the month. April's a month for a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's launching a book as well this month.
John.
Sure. I mean, he's launching something every other weekend.
I was gonna say, every week, but
like seriously, like every other week, John's launching a new book. But Elia, your book is launching as well.
It is. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
It's
I don't have the physical copy, but there she blows.
There she is. This is a taco launches this month. And as of this recording, we will be at C2E2. So John convinced the majority of us to go to Chicago.
Well, somebody wasn't
and
even
visit.
asked if he would go with them.
I said y'all should come.
Oh.
You're y'all.
Y'all should come.
Oh my god, y'all should fight.
Y'all should fight. Hey, Texas Latino Comic Con, John Avina versus Kevin Garcia.
There you go.
I'll watch that.
I will too.
I'll watch it.
And we're going to have a special Texas Latino Comic Con because we're going to be celebrating 25 years of Baldo.
Wow, Baldo.
People can now see the cartoon finally, which was amazing.
Yay!
Baldo, 25 years. That'd be awesome.
You can too.
Hector Cantu, definitely. I've been
just
trying to
feel
get him
bad
on the
in
show
that-
forever. And he won't come on my show. Hector, if you listen to this, come on the show, man.
Hector!
Listen, I wanted to explain why Baldo is still in high school. Like, he hasn't, I mean, come on, how long can you be
Because
held back?
Latinos don't age.
That's true.
Latinos, they stay home. They don't go anywhere.
Look at me, I'm 135, so.
Yeah.
Hey, look at you, man. That beard's coming in nice and silvery. But no, Hector, all kidding aside, I think it was just kind of like timing. It's always been timing with him. So I'm trying to narrow it down and get him on the show and talk about Baldo and talk about everything going on.
We'll get him.
We'll get him for sure.
Yeah.
But C2E2, not only, and John mentioned it here too, Elia as well, is going to be launching her book at C2E2. So it's a huge deal for Primos to go support. If you're in the area, I'm going to let John take over this one because this is his neighborhood. He runs Illinois over there. John, take over, man. What are we looking forward to in C2E2?
A lot of cool writers are going to be there. C2E2 is just huge. So there's like panels. There's a lot of cool cosplay. I'm friends with a lot of cosplayers. I used to be a cosplay photographer for everyone there. So just a lot of cool stuff to see everywhere. We have just a self plug, I guess. La Llorona #3 is out. The Best Is Yet to Come #1 is out. And then we did a spin-off of Familiar Dungeons called Legends from the Tavern. And that'll be out. So 3 books in a week.
Okay.
Pictures on the Best to Come. Like pictures on that book, please. What is it about, Kevin?
Is it
John?
better than other stuff?
It is better than the stuff that it has yet to come. It is a story about a couple whose relationships falling apart, so they invest into this AI robot thing to kind of repair their marriage, but they end up replacing their old Jenny.
It's a marital aid. Okay.
Yeah. It really is. And they end up replacing their old Jenny from the Jetsons type robot and replace it with this new design.
The Cherry 2000.
Yeah, and it all just goes.
I'm just constantly making decades old references that no one gets. I just know that.
Yeah, but it's a fun look at like old that's why I'm wearing the shirt because I was doing promo videos, but like retro design
Nice.
stuff.
Nice.
Lots of like
I
weird
learned
angles.
it's called Googie, by the
Yes,
way. But
I was wondering
I
where you
did.
learned that from. Yeah.
I learned that from this crazy guy, Kevin Garcia at Kevin_Garcia_com.
Yep.
But it's hard to
Googie.
show pictures from the book because it's got to be blurred out. But it's fun.
Uh-oh.
Spicy,
I
yeah.
was
Oh,
like,
I
hey,
mean,
here, I'll
yeah,
hold
I
up one
guess
right
it's on
now. Man, look
YouTube.
at this. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah.
This is
Wow.
wow. Oh,
A lot
I
of skin you're showing there, Kevin
Shouldn't have shown that
Garcia.
page. Shouldn't have shown that page. Oh darn.
I have to go pray now.
It's just to go pray.
Right. And then we re-released Familiar Dungeons with a cool little pull quote from Kyle Higgins from Radiant Black
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Nightwing and all that stuff. So that was nice.
Nice.
And he's gonna have all the
Kevin,
fun Familiar Dungeons merch.
nobody but me and you have watched this movie, The Cherry 2000.
Yeah, you've seen that
So-
one too, huh?
Like, I've seen that one. That's like up there with like Buckaroo Banzai, Cherry 2000.
Well, it's a little bit more
Uh,
high budget than Buckaroo Banzai.
More high budget, yeah,
barely.
but I'm saying it's of that vein, man. Like it's so out there. Like you have to be looking for it. Like anybody at this before we move forward because it's in my brain.
Sorry.
What's the name, Kevin Garcia? Since you're the guy, or anybody else in here, because Kevin, I know Hector's kind of a movie buff too. There's a movie where a girl next door is getting like just like abusive relationship with her dad, all this, and he ends up killing her. And then she befriends like the nerd next door, and he ends up putting a computer chip in her brain and bringing her back to life. I swear to you, it's called like Build a Friend or something like that.
Oh, actually, I do. I've not watched that one, but I do know what you're talking about now when you say that name because it's something. It's not Build a Friend. It's something along those lines.
Dang.
So at My Primos podcast, if you know this, come at me because I want to know what it is. Sure, I can Google it, but where's the fun in that?
Right,
yeah,
It's all
of
about
course.
knowing it right here, because it's all about movies and fun and geekdom and fandom. But speaking of, we haven't caught up. It's been a minute, right? We usually kind of round out the show here with kind of what we've been consuming, what we've been into. And of course, I wanted to give everybody time to just know that we are going to be at C2E2, so I'll be there. Elia will be there, so will John. So definitely come check out. John, you know your table, Elia as well, kind of so people that are listening can kind of go find you.
I can look it up right now.
I'm
It's
in
gonna be
small
the-
press with Kevin. Kevin's gonna come down, but it's small press table 4.
I'll be there in spirit.
There we go.
Yeah. We'll take a little.
Go ahead,
I'll take
John,
a little
'cause-
drawing of you.
We need
have
the
it.
Kevin standee, remember?
You
We need the
do.
Kevin
You
standee, like everywhere we
You
go.
need the standee. It's gotta have a hole in it with like a little plug so you can like fill it.
Fills the hole.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of putting your face, like those cutouts,
It's
you
gonna be
put
like
their
my
hands
chest.
inside of it so they can go like this.
Oh my
They can go like
gosh.
this.
Yeah.
But they're putting their hand through your chest.
Yes.
Okay, John, where's your table going to be?
Small press table 4, so we're right outside Artist Alley. I hate where we're at, but let's just hope that it's
Aw.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Small
I have
press is the
Artist
best
Alley
sentence.
and small press. That's one of my favorite spots to go to any
People
convention.
run past small
Yeah.
press because it's just guys like, hey, do you want to read my comic? And I'm just like, guys, like,
Oh.
read, man. Let them come to you.
That's always
Be
my
cool.
first stop.
Yeah.
Like when I go to Comapalooza, Houston, or any other place, that's usually my very first stop is the small press stuff.
Yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna hang out when I'm not at the table.
Just come by us.
Where's your table?
We'll have-
Were you
Yeah.
able to find it out?
Yeah, I'll be in the exhibitor area at booth 278 with Comic Press.
Okay. You guys are going to have a big space.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
be
gonna have a
called
little
Princessa Taco.
table.
It's going to be the Princessa
No,
Taco Queendom.
no. There's just
Queendom. The Queendom of
there's
Princessa Taco.
Queendom.
I
Oh
like
my
it.
God.
That's awesome.
I like it. Well, go support it. I'll be out there too. I'll be running around with the fam. It'll be a lot of fun and kind of just get to hang out in that sphere up there.
Wait, you can just like paint a beard on and just say you're me.
That's
Can I
true.
pull
We
off a
find
Kevin
some
Garcia
prop-
look?
Yeah, we'll get you some reading
Just do
glasses.
this every time you
and-
take a photo.
Yeah.
All right, just do that. See?
That's all it
Yeah.
takes, right? All it takes is
Cosplay.
this.
You should cosplay as Kevin.
Ooh,
And
my
you
wife's
can
here
send
with me.
pictures.
So yeah, do you think I can pull off a Kevin Garcia cosplay?
We gotta
She
find
goes,
you
yes.
a Hawaiian shirt.
To everyone.
I need to know,
Everyone.
It's like, do you think
Oh.
I can pull off Kevin Garcia clothing? Well, please, with permission.
I can pull off his clothing.
Yeah.
A
Just
man
get some
can
reading
dream.
glasses. You're good.
A man can dream.
Do it.
Oh, she said she can find something at the Goodwill.
Hell
yeah.
That's where all my clothes come from. Literally,
I'm going
okay,
thrifting this weekend.
I
Yeah.
bought a shirt like this at Goodwill, and the lady at the counter goes, "Wow, you're very brave." And I was like, "Oh, come on."
Wow. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll end up being Kevin Garcia for an hour. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Hell yeah.
But
It's gonna be addictive. You're gonna want to
let's
stay there.
start off right. Here at the end, we'll talk about what we're into, go check out, or just really want to talk about. Hector, start with our guest. Hector, what's something that you've been kind of like vibing on recently? Something you really want everybody to kind of check it out if you haven't already. What's been consuming your time now?
Oh my gosh! All right.
Besides
So
the Kickstarter.
yeah, right. I mean, yeah. Okay, so I have a backlog on everything, right? And I have the Lichess Dungeon on my watch list. Thank you, Leah. So
yeah.
it's there. So I got to
It's
get
quite
to
sweet.
it right now. Obviously, Daredevil. I'm reading Absolute Batman. I started Absolute Superman. Picked up Absolute Flash. I'm really into the Energon universe currently. Image. I need to finish my Transformers, GI Joe, Void Rivals. And then I'm listening to this really awesome heavy metal band called Ignia from Ukraine. Ignia. So check it out. It's it's a female lead singer. She'll sing Ukrainian, she'll sing in English, but some of the music is kind of symphonic metal too. So check it out. Yeah, I mean it's just gotta read. Currently reading. I have a secret project in Chispa. Oh my gosh, there's a secret project. I've been researching a lot for the past
Okay,
4
you
months.
can't tell us what it is, but can you tell us what you've been researching? Like what?
Yeah, what
What's
topic?
full of?
Okay, sure. History books.
That
Okay.
narrows it down a lot.
That narrows it
Yeah,
down to
yeah.
History books.
That's
somewhere
Yeah.
in
History.
time.
So you're
Great.
reading the history of Western civilizations. It's going to be all about Europe.
Awesome.
yeah. The feudal
Exactly.
dynasty of
Feudal
Japan. Got it.
dynasty,
Right. Okay. Fuck it. Let's do that. But yeah, no, definitely. Thank you for that. Just definitely. Hey, I'm all about music. I'll check them out.
Yeah.
Elia, what have you been consuming or
Ugh.
obsessing with, or want to recommend to the primos out there right now?
I feel like it's not as much as it could be because I've been on a big project the past 2 weeks. It was due today. It's done. It got done. But I've been on a big White Lotus kick, as everyone has been
you watch that
following.
show?
Recap Wednesdays.
Yeah, Recap Wednesdays. Y'all can catch it on the Primos
you should
YouTube.
review it. And wait, if you did
crazy
review it,
enough.
where would you post that?
I mean, it's on the My Primos podcast YouTube channel.
And
There you go, primos. But if you want the uncut, uncensored, raw
Patreon with
Patreon all the
stick-figure
way.
dicks and everything.
stick figure
Yeah.
dicks, guys. Stick figure dicks.
well,
But no, I've been watching White Lotus, and I think that like everyone was like, "This is such a slow season." I think it's a great season writing wise. We have one episode to go as of today, and so I can't wait to see where that goes. I started watching Righteous Gemstones. I'm not caught up yet. I will
So
say, oh my god, the season opener for this final season deserves an Emmy. It deserves it was beautiful.
enough.
I cried. I was like, this is a comedy show. But I'm not going to spoil anything about the opening, but it's definitely not to script as the rest of the season. It was a good setting setter. I don't know what I was trying to say, but it was really good. It's been a fun season so far. It's the final season, so I'm kind of sad. Because Danny McBride's writing is just hilarious. But
you
who
can
knows
buy
what
his
he'll do
tequila
next?
if you really want to just keep him
Yeah.
and flush, because El Gato tequila. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I've been doing a lot is listening to music because
Cool.
while I work, I listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I cannot talk enough about Selena Gomez's new album. I Said I Love You First. I'm not even joking. It's probably I'm going to say something controversial. I liked it better than Lady Gaga's new album.
ooh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dagger's been thrown.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh,
Like,
John's leaving the room.
Bye. No, the thing about like Selena's album, it kind of like hits on like synth wave. It's like girly pop synth wave, which is like a sound that I like. And I don't know, it's just really fun.
Interesting.
I feel like it's her best work yet musically. So I've had that on loop like all week. Yeah. And also, she can sing Spanish. I blame the director of Emilia Perez for really just messing up Mexico. And I'll keep
pretty
talking
gone.
shit about Emilia
Yeah.
Perez.
Yeah, the movie's terrible. Billy Perez is horrible. Horrible. It made
man,
every
it's-
mistake that they taught me the first day of film school not to do. And I was like, oh yeah, this is director's commentary on like, hey, you want to fuck up a movie? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. You want to watch a fucked up, dumb, horrible movie? There you go. That should be
Yeah.
on the quote, the box quote. John, since we're with you here, what about you, man? What are we want to talk to Primos about here to close out the show?
The only thing I've watched or consumed is Daredevil. Like literally my entire life right now is just getting things done and made, and I haven't slept in like a month. Yeah, like easily since
I recommend
March 1st.
sleeping when you can because it's a nice activity.
Fan of it.
I had coffee right before we started this, and I'm ready to keep going until
Oh, nar.
I have to. I just got
Well,
an
at least
email a
sleep
while
sometime
ago.
the next
about it.
72 hours.
Well,
At
hopefully.
least. At
Yeah.
least.
So, but yeah, Daredevil's been great. I have a feeling that I figured it out. I think Matt Murdock's Daredevil. I don't want to spoil it for other people, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's up.
Wow.
You know, that
Yeah.
better not be the case. I'm going to be really upset if you spoil this.
Good job, John.
Yeah.
Look at you. Kevin Garcia, what about you, sir?
You know, I used to listen to the news, either NPR or TV news, like all day long. You know, I've been limiting my intake. So on the ride to work, I've now
Sad.
been listening to books on tape.
Okay.
You may not know this, but I'm obsessed with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and pretty much everything Douglas Adams. And well, he passed away almost 25 years ago, and it's hard to get new books by him, right? But then they've been releasing over the past several years, like old scripts that he wrote into new books. So I, listening to Doctor Who and the Cricket Men audiobook, and I was freaked out for something that's going to mean nothing to any of you, but it's read by an actor named Dan Starkey, and he does the most spot on Tom Baker impression that I have ever heard. I thought that the whole book was narrated by somebody else, and then they would just bring in the actual doctor to voice himself. I was
Wow,
like,
that's
wow,
crazy.
it was so spot on. But they've been really good books. The authors who took Douglas Adams' notes, they really captured his voice. That one's by James Goss, and now I'm listening to one Doctor Who Shada, which I wish I listened to first because I found out that the Cricket Men is a sequel to Shada, and I should have realized that. But whatever. Point is, I've been enjoying books on tape.
Heck yeah.
I have a question, or I don't know, comment on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? Me and my son were reading something online about it, that every version of Hitchhiker's Guide that's out there is different from every other version, but it's done that way on purpose because
Yes.
of the continuity engine.
I don't know about that
Apparently,
second
like
part.
that's
But here's the
it says
thing.
the continuity engine, something like
I've
that.
blogged about this before, and I keep meaning to do some videos about it, but I haven't. But Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is, to my knowledge, the only property that has ever existed in which it had a book version, a radio play version, a stage version, and a movie version, and a TV show, and a video game, actually. And they were all written by the
Whoa.
same person.
Wow.
So, because now the movie, he passed away during the making of it, so they had somebody else finish writing it, and you can tell where it stopped being him.
Yeah.
And the video game version, it was co-written by what's the Zork? It was co-written by one of the first video game writers.
Yeah, he helped.
And
Yeah.
so but beyond those two being co-written, those are the only property I've ever heard of where one person wrote every version, and yet he wrote them all differently because you have different things that are going to appeal to different audiences. So, for example, the first version was the radio version, and the reason one of the characters has 2 heads and 3 arms is just for an audio gag. Because up to that point, everybody had been talking to him normal, and when they start talking about his second head and third arm, the audience is like, wait, what? But that same joke doesn't work in a movie or
third
TV
arm.
show because you can see it immediately, right? So he would change the jokes and the gags and the order based on the medium that it was in. So there's some bits that only show up in one version, some bits that only show up in another version. And so whenever somebody's like,
Interesting.
well, it's different from the book, I'm like, yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it needs a good
Supposed to be.
video.
That's cool.
I like
Yeah.
that.
That's kind of cool. You should make a video, Kevin Garcia, at Kevin Garcia
I
_com.
really should.
Yeah, maybe you
I should do it. Actually, I should do it for May because that's International Towel Day, which is when Douglas Adams fans
intro.
around the world take their
Yeah.
towels everywhere they go.
There you go. Take a tie everywhere you go.
I love
Well, for me,
that. So
I've
many-
been reading a lot. I was on a trip recently. I got to get my second volume of Destroy All Humans, They Cannot Be Regenerated. It's a Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
manga. Yeah, and it is awesome. It's become like this obsession because it's a romance, a budding friendship to romance story that uses Magic the Gathering in the 90s, and they're prepping for the end of the world because 1999. This was 1998, and so they're like, hey, in the year 2000, do you think the world's really gonna end? And so that's why it's called Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be
Yeah,
Regenerated.
this is a
It's a play on
simulation.
words because of the Wrath of God, for those that know. And it really plays well into that aesthetic of Magic. If you played the game, everything from the color pie to the people running, the piloting the decks, to atmosphere of a card shop, how the community there works. It's a blast. It's such a great read. The second volume's out, and you get an exclusive Magic foil card inside of it. So
Ooh.
if you're a collector, you get something fun
Hey.
out of it and a great story. As far as music, I've been listening to a new band out of Monterrey. So Charles recommended it. We talked about it on the podcast in our Spanish version. I did start listening to The Warning. Right? He did a big old speech about how The Warning is such this huge metal or rock band out of Mexico, but because they don't sing in Spanish exclusively, Mexico doesn't consider them Spanish rock because they don't sing in Spanish. But they're like the biggest rock band out of Mexico are these three women, and they went viral when they were kids. They played
Yeah,
like
Metallica.
Metallica, Enter Sandman, like
Yeah.
Metallica, and so like they were huge.
Wait, I think I know.
And
I didn't know the band you're talking about. Then I remember when that went viral.
yeah,
They're
they
gonna
were
be here
everywhere.
for Riot Fest if you want to come with me.
When is that?
I'll find out. My uncle knows the promoter guy, so we got tickets already. So
Yo.
Shit.
Look, get me some plane tickets too. Right there.
all right, let's all go.
Let's go. Let's
Do
all go.
it.
Riot Fest. Okay, hey, we might meet up again for sure. Fuck yeah, they're gonna play. That's dope. They're great, man. Really aggressive. I give it up to Charles. Charles knows his music. I really recommend them if you want some power. And I love female leads. I love female vocals. So I definitely
Dude,
check
check
them
out
out.
Ignia, man. Check out the Ukrainian metal band. I think you'll like it.
No, I put it down on my list here for Ignia. And then recently I watched 2 movies. I watched one on the back of an airplane seat, which was pretty interesting. And then I had to watch it again because I was like, I got to figure out what's going on. Because I have a friend that exclusively watches movies on the back of other people's seats. Like for some reason, like he's like, I wonder what's happening. Because there is something about that. Like when you're in your little bubble, but then you see what they're watching. you're
Yeah.
like, what is going on over there? What's going on over there? Novocaine with Jack Quaid. Actually, really well done. It reminds me of Shoot 'Em Up. Remember Shoot 'Em Up with
Yeah.
what's the guy's name?
I can't remember his name, but I know the movie.
Children of
you're talking
Men.
Yeah.
Children of Men.
about. Okay.
What do I want to
Yeah,
say?
what's
Guy
his name?
Pearce.
No, it's not Guy
I
Pearce.
don't
I
want to
know.
say.
No.
No, I know. You're gonna make me look it up.
Oh gosh.
Make me look it up.
Yeah, it's a tip of the tongue of us. Clive Owen.
Clive Owen,
Shit.
thank you. Yeah, Clive Owen, Shoot 'Em Up.
I totally
Over
didn't
the
have to look
top,
that up.
crazy scenarios. Over the top, crazy stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's about a guy that has SIPA. That was for SIPA, where he cannot feel anything like texture, touch.
Mhm.
So literally, it's like he's numb completely around his body, and he uses that as an ability to basically go hunt down guys that kidnap his girlfriend, and
Dang.
everything from broken bones to like really tough to watch, like injuries and stuff. It's a fun, I would say fun romp, bloody romp through some stuff. I'd recommend that. And then Mickey 17,
Ugh.
I want to see that.
Me
Yeah.
too.
James Patterson, right? I know I'm not a
Robert
big fan of
Pattinson.
James Patterson. Is it John Patterson?
Robert
Patterson?
Robert
Robert
Patterson or
Pattinson?
Pattinson?
Pattinson.
I don't know the guy, man.
I only
don't
know
watch the
because I
vampire
was a
movies.
twihard. Yeah.
My wife watches the Twilight films and she enjoys them. He's there. He glows in the dark, right? That's kind of what he
Glows
does.
in the sun, I
sun.
think.
Whoa,
He
whoa, calm down.
sparkles
For you,
in the
alright?
sun.
Calm down. Calm down. He was a Batman. right?
We
I
gotta
know
get
that
Freddie a
much.
copy of Twilight from Edward's point of view, and just get him to read
Midnight
that one.
Sun.
Yeah, see, I knew one of us knew what it was.
Mine and Emily's
Are
first
you gonna
date
make
was
me
to
read
see
this book?
Twilight.
Yes.
Yeah.
But either way, Mickey 17, it looks amazing. I saw audiobook, that works. I saw the trailer for Mickey 17, and I thought, oh, who's this actor? He seems pretty good. I didn't recognize him. Him.
Dude, this cat has range. Like, it shut me up. Like, I was like, what is happening? Like, the whole thing was just clones and the conversation between cloning and the ethics behind it, etc., which is great sci-fi, by the way. It's hard. I haven't seen a good sci-fi film that brings that conversation of ethics and morality into, are we leaving morality aside for the benefit of this new civilization? They're the colonizers? Look at John, like, is the colonizer really they're the invader as opposed to the colonizer, and then the people on the planet, are they the aliens? No, that's their home, and the humans are invading or colonizing, regardless if it's manifest destiny or survival. Those conversations are there, and it has everything that it's good. It's fucking good, man. It makes you laugh, it makes you go and it makes you like, oh shit, are they really gonna show that? Like, oh, like you kind of get like, whoa, like the erotic stuff there, but now they don't go over the top.
We get the full Monty,
the full Mickey. But I recommend it. It's fun. A really fun movie. Me and my family saw it. We're like, wow, this is
I don't know if I can
surprisingly
watch
good.
Bad Things Happen to Cedric Diggory again.
Oh.
A lot of bad things happen. And then Mark Ruffalo's in it too, by the way. He plays a villain. He plays a heel.
I love
in this one.
Mark
It's pretty
Ruffalo.
good.
he can make a good villain.
Pretty good. But yeah.
It's funny. Talk about watching movies in the back of somebody else's seat. The last movie I saw on an airplane was Gem and the Holograms, the movie, which I think people forgot existed. If they knew it all.
Yeah, I remember.
It was good. Like, it was actually
it's not bad.
No, have you seen it? The movie?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it was one of those things like, who are they marketing it to? Because it seemed like they, but it was like it was a good movie, but like it was like part of it seemed like it was trying to be one of those like a nostalgia remake with things. Part of it seemed like it was trying to be like a serious emotional story of like a daughter, and the father and stuff. And then part of it was like, well, maybe we need to throw in a little bit of sci-fi in here. And it was good, but what's really neat about it is it was directed by John Chu, who's the guy that did Wicked. And it's like, why haven't more people seen this? Like, it was actually worth watching.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have seen it if I wasn't stuck on an airplane for hours.
John Chu's
Josie and the
movies.
Pussycats or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I have the vinyl.
For the film?
Josie and the Pussycat.
Oh, man.
That's original.
Then you guys have the She's All That soundtrack too?
I do. So my buddy Kyle Higgins did Radiant Black, the animated thing, and she was one of the voice actors. And it's the only time I actually started like pulling a favor was like, I just need to meet her because she's like my lifelong crush.
Oh,
so hopefully
man.
this year at Fan Expo, we'll see.
Yo.
Yeah. We can all dream. But you know what? Your dream can come true. You can meet John Avina at C2E2. You can meet Elia, Spice Illustrations at C2E2. And I'll be there too. If you want to chat, I'm there too. I'll be taking pictures. I'll have a standee. I'll be maybe in my Kevin Garcia cosplay.
Yeah.
We never know. Primos, I want to thank Hector Rodrigues, of course, for jumping on the show
for having
again.
me. Thanks.
Go check him out. Of course, at El Peso Hero. Of course, looking for the Kickstarter. And I want to just make sure that everybody goes out there and supports Hector. We want to make sure we can get him to the other side of that line, that lull. And Primos, let's show out. Let's make sure we can get out there and make it happen for him. I want to thank John, Elia, Kevin, always for just holding it down. And I appreciate the Primos out there listening. Know that we are, I appreciate the messages that I did get. I did get some legit messages like, hey, the show's looking great. We're going to have some guests here shortly that are kind of like, that told me themselves, hey, man, this is the season. You guys have kind of like brought it together. You got the perfect mix. This is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
I've been telling everybody, check it out. Like my Primos have always been good. But this season, we didn't just knock it out of the park. We always knock it out of the park. Now we're knocking it like into the next part.
Can we shout out our editor real quick?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the editor James.
Where did you find this guy? He's so good.
He fell out of the sky. He's a godsend.
Dang.
He literally is a godsend. The sky, yeah.
That's what they're calling it these days.
Beautiful sky. Heaven. Call it heaven. But he's been having fun. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the editing. He's been having fun doing it, and
Yeah.
he's part of the team. But yeah, shout out to the editor. Good
Mhm.
job, appreciate it. You know, we got no priorities here. But yeah, you'll meet the editor too. He'll be out there partying with us at C2E2.
That is
But
a
Primos,
reason for people to find you in C2E2 so they can finally meet the editor.
meet the editor.
And see his
Meet the
exclusive
editor.
Primos hat merch.
Oh
I know
man,
we need some cool.
We need to make
Elia,
it that
we need to
official.
get on that.
I know.
We need
I
to make it
know.
official.
dude, I
We
want
need
to
to make it
wear
official.
for the show Tex Latino Comic Con.
There you go.
That's-
See,
Oh,
Hector wants to
man.
have. We gotta make it happen, everybody.
All right.
It's happening. It's happening. But
Put
Primos,
merch
remember,
in
check us out.
chat if you want merch.
Merch in chat.
Put merch in
Check
chat.
us out at myprimospodcast.com. Of course, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/myprimos. Check out at Lavinia Comics, at Kevin Garcia _com, and at Spice Illustration, of course, at El Peso Hero. Primos, thank you guys for listening, watching. Keep sharing. Keep in touch. Take care of each other. And remember, no matter where you're from, we're all primos. Adios.
Share and enjoy.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. My Primos Podcast is produced by My Primos Productions and Tikume. Primos Podcast is hosted by Kevin Garcia and Elia Maria Madrid, along with John Avino. Thanks go out to our guest, Hector Rodrigues III, and check him out at El Peso Hero, and check out the Kickstarter live now. Let's make it happen, Primos. And thanks to you for listening and watching.